Now we're going to turn to Ford's big announcement today about the huge amount of money the automaker's EV business has lost.
Ford says it lost $3 billion before taxes over the past 2 years.
Lost $3 billion before taxes in the previous 2 years, and this year it anticipates losing billions more. Many manufacturers are having trouble with their electric vehicle EV operations. Ford, in particular, may be facing bankruptcy. For every electric car sold, the firm loses more than $60,000. The income from its conventional gas-powered automobiles must be used to offset this loss. What precisely is happening, and is Ford able to make things better? Come along as we examine the remarks made by Ford's CEO on its electric vehicle division. Ford has started a revolutionary journey that has changed the organization's structure and strategic emphasis, spearheaded by CEO Jim Farley. A crucial move to restructure Ford's business divisions was taken by CEO Jim Farley when he realized the industry was about to undergo a seismic change toward electrification. With this reorganization, Ford hopes to maintain its position as a strong competitor in the expanding electric car industry while also satisfying the wide range of consumer demands. Ford now consists of 3 separate pillars, each with a specific goal and course. The Ford Model A, the first pillar, represents Ford's dedication to embracing the electric future. In order to meet the growing demand for eco-friendly transportation solutions, this section is devoted to the study, development, and manufacturing of electric cars. The tradition of internal combustion engine automobiles is maintained by the second pillar, Ford Blue. Ford Blue has a long history of manufacturing vehicles and trucks with gasoline and diesel engines to satisfy the unwavering taste of customers who still depend on conventional fuel sources for their transportation requirements. This business offers a broad selection that appeals to a wide range of drivers, acting as a link between Ford's ambitious electrified future and its illustrious history. Ford Pro, the commercial vehicle division, is a perfect complement to these pillars. This division provides a flexible selection of vehicles designed to satisfy corporate needs, since it understands the unique demands of the commercial and industrial sectors. In addition to splitting up its company, Ford made the decision to disclose earnings for each segment independently. Ford used to provide regionally based financial breakdowns in the past. The business now decides to publish these 3 segments' results independently. Nonetheless, this will enable it to provide a thorough understanding of each sector's performance. With this calculated decision, Ford is better able to showcase the expansion and success of its electric vehicle initiatives, particularly its bold entry into the market. Some business analysts recommended that Ford establish a whole other company that would only focus on producing electric cars. Jim Farley, however, and other significant Ford decision-makers had a different viewpoint. They pushed for the incorporation of the EV division within Ford's current structure, making use of the business's extensive background and expertise in vehicle production. Although this is a positive vibe, Ford's Model E business is not doing well. The division had early-stage challenges that caused a financial setback, with a reported loss of $2.01 billion in a single fiscal year. Ford had a healthy $158.01 billion sales overall, but this loss highlighted the difficulties and unknowns that come with making the switch to electric cars. Even with the financial difficulties, Ford is still fully committed. The latest financial records of the corporation showed a range of amounts, including an alleged $1.03 billion. That isn't very lucrative, however, when all the costs are taken into account. After deducting some expenses, they earned $2.06 billion. Jim Farley reacted with a combination of drive and aggravation to the unsatisfactory financial results. He expressed displeasure at losing out on the chance to make about $2 billion in earnings and agreed that the business must prioritize ongoing development. "I'm frustrated, to put it mildly, since the year at Ford might have been so much more for us," to use his own words. "We ought to have performed much better last year," he said. "We will make up for the approximately $2 billion in earnings we left on the table by performing better and executing our plans more effectively." Aside from this, Ford continues to project a $3 billion loss for the Ford Model E segment in 2023. John Lawler, Ford's chief financial officer, discussed the anticipated losses with reporters during a conference call. He explained away the anticipated loss by saying that Ford's Model E division operates like an electric vehicle startup. Lawler's answer highlights the reality that Ford is presently in a time of significant investment, much like other electric car companies. The company's main goals are to grow its capacity, gain knowledge of electric car technology, boost output, and gain market share. Ford is entering the electric car industry with a strategy that emphasizes large expenditures and long-term patience. It also makes sense since, similar to many EV firms, it is typical to incur significant losses as a result of the hefty launch costs. It takes a lot of EV technology, infrastructure for charging, and market competition to build new EV businesses. These also come at a high cost. As a result, Ford anticipates that the Model E sector would initially result in losses from R&D, manufacturing setup, and consumer interest in the company's electric cars. Ford is certain that they will ultimately turn a profit in the EV industry by concentrating on selling a large number of electric cars. Despite their prediction of these losses, Ford has set an ambitious target to turn a profit of around 8 from the Model E category by 2026. This aligns with their overarching objective of turning a 10 profit by the same time as a corporation. This indicates that they are committed to the financial success of their electric cars, as well as its general expansion. Additionally, Ford plans to produce 2 million electric cars annually by the end of 2026, a significant increase from their 2023 target of producing 600,000 electric vehicles. This demonstrates Ford's commitment to succeeding in the electric car industry, producing a large number of them at once to fulfill demand and saving money. Ford's education's Model E sector presently has a margin of around 40 WE/Tori. According to the presentation, Ford does, however, expect a significant chunk of this margin to first decline. A number of things contribute to this erosion, such as the increased expenses of raising output and the expenditures required to develop industrial capacity. Business also thinks that considerable gains in efficiency and cost control will be realized when they scale up and expand output. It is anticipated that as manufacturing numbers increase, the cost of producing each electric car would drop, improving profits. Gaining larger size has benefits including optimizing supplier relationships, optimizing supply chains, and improving operational efficiency. Enhancing engineering and design procedures is one of Ford's other main priorities. Ford wants to lower manufacturing costs, improve product quality, and increase profit margins by continuously improving the way they develop and design electric cars. Lowering the cost of batteries is another essential component to achieving profitability. Since batteries account for a large percentage of the costs associated with electric vehicles, reducing their price may have a significant effect on the model market's overall profitability. Ford is hopeful that improvements in battery manufacturing volume and scale, along with technological breakthroughs, would ultimately result in cheaper batteries, which will boost profit margins. Recall that a variety of factors might affect how successfully these plans turn out. These include how many people begin purchasing electric cars, how quickly technology advances, what laws and regulations are passed, and how other businesses compete. The accomplishment of these goals will also rely on Ford's capacity to execute wise plans and successfully negotiate the challenging terrain of the electric car industry. What are your thoughts? Do you believe Ford will be able to carry out these strategies and survive this mess? Please share your opinions with us in the comments area.